If you have ever uh, struggled to connect just a single monitor to your computer because your standard 6-foot cable was like a few inches too short, imagine trying to perfectly sync up 4 high-definition screens.
Oh man, yeah, that is an absolute nightmare.
Right, and not just screens, but a keyboard, a mouse, and stereo audio, all to a computer that is sitting, a literal football field away.
Exactly.
So today, we are doing a deep dive into a product specification sheet from an AV distributor called HDTVSupply. Our mission today is to decode the very catchy Smart-AVI SDX-XT-4P-TX-S standard transmitter.
Rolls right off the tongue.
It really does. We basically want to figure out why this little metal box costs over $1,400 and what the phrase mission-critical AV actually means for you.
Well, what is fascinating here is just the sheer volume of data this transmitter is designed to handle over like an extreme distance. I mean, we were talking about a quad head DVI-D signal.
Wait, so quad head, that just means 4 screens, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it isn't just a lot of pixels. It is 4 distinct, totally uncompressed video feeds running simultaneously at a really crisp 1920 by 1200 resolution.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is a massive fire hose of raw data.
It really is. Plus, it is carrying what they call transparent USB 2.0 data, along with stereo audio, all up to 500 feet away.
Transparent USB, does that just mean it, passes the exact original signal through without compressing it?
Right, exactly. It doesn't alter the data at all, and it pushes all of this over 500 feet.
Okay, so it is like taking a massively wide, multi-lane highway of data, funneling it perfectly into a single high-speed bullet train, and then flawlessly unpacking it at the exact same speed on the other end. Because it doesn't use thick, expensive video cables to do this, does it?
No, not at all. It actually transmits all of this over conventional dirt-cheap CD5, CAT5E, or CT6 internet wires.
But why not just buy a really massive video cable? I mean, what physically allows a cheap network cable to succeed where a dedicated video cable would just fail?
Well, it really comes down to how they handle physics and electromagnetic interference. Standard video cables send raw, uncompressed voltage over parallel pins.
Right, and over long distances, I imagine those parallel signals just start bleeding into each other.
Exactly. The picture degrades, it flickers out, or it just drops entirely. But SHICAT network cables are built with tightly twisted pairs of copper.
Oh, and that twisting physically cancels out the electromagnetic interference.
You got it. So the transmitter packetizes that heavy video data and fires it down the twisted cable, totally bypassing the physical limitations of parallel pins.
That makes a lot of sense. But doesn't converting it like that cause a delay?
That is the crazy part. It maintains entirely uncompressed video with less than 1 millisecond of delay while pushing an enormous data rate of 1.65 gigabits per second per color.
Less than 1 millisecond. I mean, that is actually faster than the refresh rate of the monitor itself.
Oh, easily.
So pushing all that data through a cheap internet cable solves the distance and speed problem. But that creates a completely new problem, which is stability. Like, if that cable gets bumped 500 feet away, things could drop.
Yeah, definitely.
The specs highlight a couple of features to prevent this, namely automatic DDC learning and uninterrupted emulation. Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. Is uninterrupted emulation just fancy marketing jargon for saying the keyboard and mouse simply stay plugged in?
You know, it definitely sounds like marketing speak, but it is actually a critical safety mechanism. First, let's look at DDC, or a display data channel.
Okay, so DDC is essentially the handshake between your monitor and computer, so the system knows exactly what resolution to output, right?
Exactly. So automatic DDC learning means the transmitter memorizes this handshake. If the connection blips, your computer doesn't suddenly forget what kind of monitor is plugged in and reset your entire display configuration.
Ah, so it is actively tricking the computer into thinking everything is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that is a great way to put it. And that is exactly where the uninterrupted emulation comes in for your USB devices.
Like a keyboard or a mouse.
Right. Think about how a computer reacts if you accidentally unplug a mouse. It usually pauses, does that little ding sound, and has to re-register the device when you plug it back in.
Oh, yeah, and your whole system hangs for a second while it figures out what just happened.
Exactly. Now imagine that brief system freeze happening during a live broadcast or, in a medical monitoring facility. That could be completely disastrous.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So to prevent this, the transmitter constantly emulates those peripheral devices. It feeds the host computer a continuous phantom signal, basically tricking it into thinking the keyboard and mouse are directly attached at all times.
So it guarantees the system never freezes up trying to locate its hardware during those mission-critical operations.
Spot on. It never misses a single beat.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, you now know the hidden magic behind remote workflow management. The next time you are sitting in a massive sports bar or walking through a huge commercial facility with perfectly synchronized video walls, you will understand the invisible 500-foot CT6 lifelines keeping those screens running seamlessly from some server closet miles away.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really raises a fascinating question. If this technology already tricks a computer into perfectly interacting with physical devices 500 feet away with zero lag today, how might this type of uninterrupted hardware emulation evolve?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, imagine how this could power distant, remote-controlled robotics or even complex virtual reality workflows of the future.
Wow. It really makes you look at that annoying, tangled 6-foot monitor cable on your desk with a little more respect, doesn't it? Something for you to chew on. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.